You're listening to Poor Decisions, Life, Love, Business, Wine, with Aaron and David, partners in strategy and sarcasm. Let's begin.
But here's the boobs.
There's the boobs. All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Poor Decisions with Aaron and David Crumbly. I'm David, and this is not Aaron. Not Aaron. This is Bart Pullum, good friend of ours. Known him for a while. And if you live in Navarre, anywhere near Navarre, you probably know Bart Pullum or of him. He's a legend in his own mind. But we're gonna
be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna talk, have some fun. I got a few questions for him, some very important questions for him. My first very important question, and I wanted to know this ever since I've known you. I've never asked you this. What's your favorite color?
Crimson.
Oh, crimson. Guess why? Alabama. He's a big He's a big Alabama fan. So you know what we do here, Poor Decisions. It's all about pouring bad decisions or good decisions. Sometimes they're better than others. I got a bottle of nice, it's called Ancient Vines from the Klein family cellars. It's a really nice one. It's a Zinfandel.
Okay.
So I hope it's not too sweet for you. I was trying to find some. I know Bart, he likes the real dry stuff like a Chianti. I couldn't find a Chianti that I really wanted, so went with this one. We'll see how it goes. So what you been up to?
Working, man. Working. We had a good weekend with Granddaddy. Had a year-and-a-half-year-old granddaughter, and I got to spend a lot of time with her, and then lots of honeydews.
Nice.
Rebecca, she cracked the whip this weekend, and we got a lot of stuff done. So it was good weekend.
Yeah, his wife Rebecca is awesome. I wish she could have been here today too. But so anyway, we're talking about glasses real quick. He's a huge Miami Dolphin fan as well. So we got him Aaron's Miami Dolphin cup, and Aaron got me an octopus glass that she bought at a charity event in 2024. So this is a nice Zinfandel. Cheers. Here's to Bart and to Aaron. She's not feeling well. That's why she's not here. But cheers, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Oh wow. Probably a little bit sweet for you.
No,
it's not.
it's good. I really like it.
Oh, it's got a great
finish.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means, but
It's got a great finish. Smells like disappointment.
Right.
And clean underwear.
I've smelled disappointment before. I've never smelled clean underwear though.
Never wore clean underwear and never smelled it. I had to smell it before I put it on to make sure it's clean. Yeah. It's all in a big pile in the corner. Just kidding. Aaron would never let me do that. But yeah, we're just going to kill some time talking about stuff around Navarre and kind of what's happening now and what happened in the past. I guess we'll start with your granddad, right? What do you know? What year he moved here and when he bought all the property he had?
He lived down in Miami, and he was a real estate broker down there.
Okay.
Mainly focusing on orange groves. He was in the orange business, orange and they did peanuts and tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes. And he started selling some of those tomato and orange groves when he got his real estate license. And then he was vacationing up here with a friend of his named Orrin Parker.
Orrin Parker.
You may have heard of Orion Lake.
Yeah.
It's not pronounced Orion Lake, by the way, it's Orrin. Not a whole lot of people know that, but just a little tidbit of information.
A little trivia.
And Whispering Pines, Orrin and his son Jim Parker developed all that. And they came up to visit, and my grandfather brought a group of investors after he came the first time, brought it back up here and sold them the Hollow by the Sea property.
Okay.
And they, the investors developed it. Obviously it became one of the biggest subdivisions in the state of Florida. But he
It's
fell,
huge, by the way.
he fell in love with Navarre. And Madison Square Garden, we've all heard of that, owned a big tract of land, several sections, just north of 98, and they were gonna put an oval racetrack there, kind of like Daytona.
Okay.
And they backed out and said they didn't want to do it anymore. And so my grandfather called them up in New York, flew up there, and cut a deal for, I think it was $300 an acre.
Okay.
About 3,000 acres.
Wow.
That's now Navarre Second Edition, First Edition, all that set by the high school. So over the years, slowly, he started developing those subdivisions and selling those lots. Started out as $20 down, $20 a month for.
That sounds like a pretty good deal, but back then $20 was worth a few thousand, and
then
it is
years
today.
later, it went to 50, and then years later, it went to 75, and you know, I think the last one we sold probably 10 years ago was 300.
300 down, 300 a month.
$30,000, yeah.
And he was financing this,
He
so
was
he's also
financing
getting
all
interest off of that.
10%, yeah. So it
Woo.
was a hefty interest rate. And at one time, we had about 4,000 accounts that were making payments to us every month. We hired about 12 bookkeepers at one time. My wife was one of them, by the way. And that's what they did. They collected and
Sent out letters,
yeah,
your past due.
past due, evictions, they did it all.
Wow.
It was a pretty big run business. I mean, there was a lot of money coming in and going out, and we employed a lot of people. That's how he did what he did. Then my dad, of course, took over in 1978 after getting back to Vietnam, and we're still going at it.
That's
Believe it or
great.
not, we're still, after all these years, we still have a couple hundred accounts. We're still collecting.
They're still collecting $50 a month.
Yeah, because they would default.
Yeah.
We'd resell
Yeah.
and it'd start all over again. So
That's insane. Yeah, one thing about Bart too that I learned when we had the wine bar, he would come in and we'd sit and talk for a while. He's a helicopter pilot, used to be. I don't know if he still does it much, but that was interesting to me. And he used to fly all over the place. And you told me a story about heading down to Honduras one time. And
So my father was a Vietnam helicopter pilot, and in fact, just last night I found a stack of letters he'd written his parents, about one every third day, and I went through and wrote them all. It was really cool.
oh, that is cool.
Another story for the time, but he taught me how to fly. He bought a little Bell 47, which if you ever watch MASH,
That's what okay, yeah.
that's what I.
Where they put the bodies on the side
Yeah.
and they strap them in.
That's
and-
right. Yeah. He bought one of those. Him and named Dick East, and we kept it behind our real estate office at the time, and we'd go buzzing around. But he taught me how to fly, and then years later, we traded that one in and bought a turbine-powered 5-seat, something like a Jet Ranger.
Okay.
And you would see me just about every day flying around Navarre because I loved to fly, and I was flying out of the back of our office there all the time. So
Yeah.
a lot of people that lived around here back then remember that.
Yeah.
But we bought another one and had to go to Honduras. We had a place in Honduras on the island of Guanaja, which you may have heard of Roatan,
Yeah.
but Guanaja's right next door. And I had to fly that helicopter from here to Guanaja. Can't fly over the Gulf of
Yeah, you
Mexico.
can't fly over the Gulf.
So I had to go all the way around through Mexico and cross the Yucatan. And it was
That's how we got involved in the cartels, by the way.
yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
And now between the
Oh, I
cartels and the
should
mob,
have said that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
between,
I might get unalive tonight.
well, between that and the mob, it
Yeah.
keeps you busy. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So how's the real estate business going now? He's got his own brokerage in town, and
So, my dad retired 2010, I guess. He unfortunately became ill and
Yeah.
with dementia and couldn't work anymore. So I took over the business. I actually bought it from my dad. Still paying those payments. And, real estate
he was
business,
ruthless, wasn't he?
we set up our company to where if things go south, like we've seen them happen.
Yeah.
We
2007,
we have,
2008. Yeah.
yeah, we have now have other ways to bring in revenue where, things are okay. When the sales and listing side of the market get bad, the rental side, the leasing side,
Picks up.
goes through the roof.
Yeah.
And so we're in a position now, one way or the other. If it goes bad, goes south, we're going to be okay. So, but right now things have been picking up. They slow down, as you know, after the first of the year.
Yeah.
But we're happy to see get new listings starting to showings are picking up, contracts are picking up. So, things are good.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Erin and I are in the real estate business as well, and Team Emerald Coast Erin. So she's been in the business for a lot longer than myself, but yeah, I've noticed that too. Like especially since late January, early February, things seem to be really clicking along. A lot more buyers in the market than there were, and houses are getting snatched up a lot quicker. So,
Well, and you see that with the drop of interest rates,
Right.
which they have been dropping.
and,
So you get more buyers. Buyers are able to afford more house.
Yeah.
So that's what you see. But my father told me, he said years ago, it always slows down the first of the year. March 1st, it's like somebody flips a switch. And you'll see that.
yeah.
Always happens. Always happens.
It's interesting because at March 1st, you're thinking if you've got a family and you're going to move, March 1st is when you want to start looking somewhere in the spring, right? Because a lot of times they want their kids to finish their current school, and it's a great time to make that decision, right? So.
And we also live in a military community, and PCS seasons, right?
Yeah.
One of them is right at that
Yeah.
March 1st timeline. So
Right.
we love our military here.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're military and move here, you're treated so respectful. Everybody loves the military, and so if you're watching this and you just bought a house or thinking about moving down here, you're stationed at Holbrook or Eglin, you're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it.
And that's what, when me and Aaron first moved up here about 15 years ago, and the first friends we met, and we still, even the new friends that we're meeting, a lot of them are ex-military. They moved down, or they came here because they were in the military at some point. You got the naval base here, you got the biggest Air Force base, almost in the country, I think.
It is the biggest.
It's the biggest one, and even the naval base is one of the biggest, besides out in San Diego, right? And you've got special ops here, and so there's a lot of military bases around here, and I would meet people that were retired military, having a contract job on base, but they moved back here because they enjoyed it so much, when they were stationed here.
So they retired.
And they might have retired in a different state, but they wanted to move back here because
And they
enjoyed
probably
it so much.
bought a lot for $20 down.
Probably. They're still paying on it too.
That's right.
I wish I was only paying $50 a month for my lot, but
Me too.
it's all good. What else we used to talk? We used to talk about all kinds of stuff. Sports. The history of Navarre. There we go.
Okay.
Let's get into that. That's Erin on the side here. She's taking cold medicine. She doesn't want to be seen on camera right now. But you might have to come show your face. No, she's not.
So the town of Navarre, we're not a city, but the town has a lot of rich history. And I know you've heard these stories before, but I'll tell them for your audience. In 1917 or 18, I believe, there was a colonel in the army named Guy Lyman. And the Army Corps of Engineers sent him down here to survey from Pensacola, Panama City, because they were interested in putting a highway through here, soon to be Highway 98.
Okay.
So there could be commerce in between Jacksonville and Pensacola.
This is before the highways were
No
created.
interstates.
There was no interstates at all. Yeah, before that.
So Guy Wyman came down here with the help of his father, Peter. They were from Illinois, and they started surveying out all this coastline. And Guy fell in love with Navarre. There was no bridge, obviously no highway, there were some trails, but it was absolutely gorgeous. So he ended up buying in 1925 a bunch of the acreage that my grandfather ended up with many years later.
Oh, wow.
But he bought all that, and he cut it up into big parcels, like 10-acre parcels, and he named it Crescent Shores. And then they ended up platting where TC's Front Porch is, which is a restaurant, local restaurant here in town.
TC's, by the way, stands for Town Center. A lot of people don't know that. That's where the Town Center was supposed to be if we were ever incorporated.
Or if they did, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. It's not. Yeah, we're not finished with it yet.
Yeah. So, but he ended up buying that, platting the lots in there, and he named that Navarre. The reason for the name was his wife, Noelle, was from a province, was from Spain, but her favorite from France, but her favorite province in Spain was Navarre,
Okay.
Spain. So that's where the name Navarre came from.
Interesting.
And they named it, and several years later, after that, Noelle got a little intoxicated one night and came to their house. They were estranged for a while and busted the door. And the guy said, "If you come through the door, I'm going to kill you." And she did, and he
did.
Shot him in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ugly.
Yeah. FAFO.
Yeah, that's right. FAFO. The sheriff came down, took him 3 days to get down here, going through the Yellow River Swamp. And he looked at it, he heard the story, he said, "Yep, it's all good." He warned him, so let him go. And he later became the sheriff of Valparaiso and retired, and is now obviously passed away. But I got to meet his granddaughters about a year ago.
Oh, very
and that
cool.
was really cool.
Yeah.
But,
So a little tidbit about that story, Guy, right?
mhm.
In order to get his wife, who turned out to be his wife, over here,
Well, yeah,
Noelle, he had to adopt her
that's correct.
as his child.
So Noel's from France. He was over in France,
Right.
in the military.
In the military, right?
Met Noelle, and he said, "We want to get married." And they said, "No, you can't get married because you're not a French citizen. She's not a U.S. citizen. However, you can take her to the U.S. if you adopt her as your child." And he did.
Yeah.
He sure did. And so flew her over here. They eventually had that, or if you call it annulled or whatever.
Right,
but,
right.
they were able to get married. And then, of course, that marriage didn't last much longer. He ended up marrying a nice lady named Margaret, and they retired in Valparaiso.
Yeah, kind of like Woody Allen.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly how it was.
Well, not exactly like Woody Allen raised his daughter.
He was a strange character. His parents, I mentioned Peter and his wife Emily earlier, when he went away to France, they stayed here and built a house on the Sound, right there where they're doing the 68 development or whatever it's called. It was called Captain's Cove back in the day.
Captain's Cove, okay.
They moved there, and 3 guys from Holly, some Holly boys, came down and in the middle of the night and murdered them, brutally murdered them. I mean, they decapitated them. It was bad.
Oh, wow.
And they ended up catching the guys and arresting them, and they went to prison. but got on and came back from France and went in the house, and he believed in reincarnation. Oh,
Good enough.
but he did. And he slept there one night waiting for his parents to come back, and they didn't, obviously, and so he burned the place down. And that's, so it was a lot of tragedy down on that property years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
So-
it's a very checkered past in this town,
It
that's
is.
for sure.
The curse of Navarre.
Yeah, Aaron said the curse of Navarre, and
Curse of Navarre.
she's right, yeah.
We can talk about the water system and.
The water system,
all the
what?
fun
Everything burns down when
Oh, yeah.
it's convenient.
Yeah, yeah.
But, so yeah, a lot of history here in Navarre. I'm glad my family was a part of it, you know, not started until about 1969.
Yeah,
But we've been in business here for what, going on 36 years now.
wow,
37 years, I can't do the math.
right, yeah, that's
I went to
awesome.
the University of Alabama, so my math's.
But you enjoyed the football at the
Always
university.
did, yeah. Well, I enjoyed the football more than going to class, because, you know, I spent the best 3 years of my life there as a freshman. Yeah. Had a good
Hey,
time.
cheers to that. Cheers
Yeah.
about that.
Anything else
There
you
you
want to cheers to?
Booze.
Boobs, all right?
Boobs are good.
Cheers to boobs.
Yeah. So there's something else I want to talk to you about. I'm trying to remember what it was. Aaron might help me. We were talking about. We talked about so much over the years.
We did.
Sitting at the bar, just
We
yapping.
solved the world's problems.
We solved all of them.
10 or 12.
Well, most of them. There's a
Yeah.
couple that we haven't solved yet. We're going to implement the plan soon, but we have we have everything laid out. There was something in particular I wanted to talk to Bart
More
about.
decisions.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. She says 4 decisions. That was the name of our podcast. So I want to ask you: is there like a decision that you made in your life recently or a long time ago that at first it turned out to be a very bad decision, like a POOR decision, poor decision.
Yeah.
But then later on, it actually turned out to be a good decision. It actually turned out to work out well for you.
Well, we'll see how this episode works out.
This might be the worst decision he's ever made. His office is going to close in a month. Everybody's going to dry up and say, "Oh, we'll never do business with him again."
So I can think of the one that hits me, slaps me in the face, is probably, I just got married. Rebecca and I, my wife, had just got married. And business was, I was a realtor working for my father, Pullum Real Estate here in Navarre. And I just felt I needed a change. So I got out of the family business. And I said, Bart, what the hell are you doing? Can I say that?
Right.
What the hell are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, you can cuss here.
Yeah.
These are all adults watching. I don't think there's any children watching this show.
I have it explicit on YouTube, so.
It beeps it out.
So anyway, I decided to get out of the family business and go into radio.
Okay.
So I went in the radio business. I went in for about 5 years, and everybody told me, stupid, why don't you get out of the family business, you know, ingrained in you're successful. I said, I just want to spread my wings a little bit.
Yeah.
And trust me, many nights I went to bed thinking, this was the stupidest thing I've ever done. And so I went to work for a group in Fort Walton called the Radio People. The best group of people I've ever met.
Yeah.
They were amazing. Lee Leonard was my sales manager, and I worked with all these guys in the sales and promotions department. And I was able to get out and be my own person, spread my wings,
Right.
and become my own person, self. And I think if I wouldn't have done that back then, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Yeah.
I grew up. I had to grow up.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I ended up making very good money, and I did it for almost 5 years, and then had my first child, Haley Pullum, then Hunter, who's here today.
I was hanging out watching.
And he's hanging on watching, and I decided I probably need to get back in the real estate business so I can support my family the way I need to. I could obviously support them, but I wanted more, so I got back to the real estate business in 2003. But
Sorry, dog's walking around, he clicking on the floor. I thought we.
so a good example of what I thought was a horrible decision, but it turned out
okay.
amazing.
Yeah, turned out okay.
What about the opposite? You ever made a good decision that turned out to be a poor decision?
Those were most of my decisions. Those were poor decisions. I mean, good decisions that came out poor decisions. So pick a card, any card.
Any car.
But no, I've been real fortunate. I know, golly, I don't know which one to pick. So yes, I've made a lot of those poor decisions. And I
We all
know
do.
this
We
isn't
all
one
do.
of them.
Yeah. And this is one of them.
It's not. I said it's not.
Oh, it's not? Okay, I said it was.
And I'm happy to be here. So.
No, it's all good. Yeah, we're just having a good time talking to our friends and family, and me and Aaron getting around with each other. It's a lot of fun.
You know, we used to do this almost daily.
Oh yeah, without a camera on us, but yeah.
Without camera,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Yeah.
I didn't, although I loved your wine, don't get me wrong, I never came in there for the wine.
Yeah.
I came in there to hang out with you and some of the other locals that we've lost. A lot
Yeah,
of
we've
we've
lost a few,
now,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
But it
Robert
was-
Barnett actually came up on my feed today. It was his birthday today, and I
It wasn't. Now, well,
brought a tear
Gerard
to my eye.
Barnett, happy
Yeah.
birthday. He was a great man.
He was a great man.
And but it was what a great crowd we was down there. We talked a lot of politics and a lot of sports too.
Yeah,
Uh,
mostly politics.
mostly politics. And you probably don't want to talk a lot of that here, but if we
I do, but Aaron won't let me.
And on the show tonight.
She won't let me talk politics.
Politics.
I throw some in, and it's usually
Yeah.
above her head,
Right,
like because
right.
she doesn't keep up with politics like I do. So while we're talking, I'll throw some stuff in about local stuff or about the Somali daycares and the Leering Center and stuff.
Well,
We're trying to start a daycare, by the way, and we're calling it the Leering Center.
you'll be multi-millionaire.
You'll make $1 million
Right.
easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
the government just gives it to you.
That's
They
right.
don't care what they do with your
Check.
tax money, do
It's
they?
amazing. Wish I could get on the ground floor of that, but
Yeah.
It's
But, you know,
time.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know like this guy, Somali guy, just moved here, married his sister,
Oh, there you
and
go.
so he's now a resident.
But you know,
So-
political season's coming up. We
Yeah.
have a local election
Yeah.
this August and November, and several county commissioners are up
Yeah.
for vote, and it should be interesting.
So here's my question to you about the new county commissioner. You know, the election coming up. Should I run for county commissioner?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
You always tell me no.
Well, off camera.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you no again. No, let me tell you why I
Okay,
said
I want to hear this.
well, I'll tell you why. Tell you no. We can't find good folks to run for county commissioner. We can't find the people.
I
And
agree.
you know why? Is because they get put through the ringer. I mean, social media, everything, newspapers, the liberal media especially. But social media these days, they don't want to put themselves or their families,
Right.
for the most part,
Right.
do that. And so only anybody with an IQ of about 79 will run for office.
Mine's 80,
But
so
there you go.
There you
That's why you can't run. So it's.
so you're serious. I mean, talking friend to friend, you're serious. I should run because we're talking about it. I mean,
Drink a few glasses of wine, everybody down to 79, and then you
As soon as I get down to 79 IQ,
Yeah.
I can run. Okay.
But absolutely, I
I'm
think you
good.
make a great county commissioner. I think you know how to balance. You did that with water board when you were president of the water board. You figured out how to balance that whole board, and everything ran so smooth. It was great for 2
Yeah,
years.
for 2 years it
From
was pretty smooth.
what I understand, things aren't so smooth anymore.
I heard as soon as I got off the board back in January, it started again, all the drama. And that's what I hate, drama. It's like, why?
Why?
There's no reason for it. Like, I understand everybody has differences of opinion and you know, has a different vision for where they see, you know, the water company or, you know, the county to go, but there's no reason why you can't treat people with respect and still have respectful conversations with somebody that you disagree with. And that's my whole point, is that there's, you know, the people that with integrity, and this is what I see, and tell me if I'm wrong, but the people that have integrity that run, they get trampled. And they either back out of the race, or when they get elected, they change because of the pressure.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure, you know, from certain people that have money, and you either comply, or then there's a tremendous amount of pressure on you.
It's not necessarily people with money. I mean, there's a large, very vocal group out
Right,
there.
true.
Mainly anti-development, and not saying they're wrong, but they scream and holler from the rafters.
Right.
A lot of those commissioners bow to those loud voices.
Right.
They don't bow to what they feel's right, and that's not right.
Right.
That's wrong.
No, and that's what I was saying. I mean, even if you disagree with somebody, you know, you can make your point without calling them names and without attacking them personally. You know, if you're attacking my point of view, if you're attacking my perspective, that's fine. I can have a conversation with you about that. But if you're attacking me personally because of the way that I think or my perspective about things, that's just unacceptable, and it's immature.
It is, and I've seen it over the past 4 years from the county commission dais.
Yeah.
Commissioners attack, and it amazes me. You know what would happen if I attacked my boss like they're attacking their bosses?
Yeah.
Wouldn't go over.
Yeah, it wouldn't go well.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, my wife would fire me.
Yeah. I would never attack my boss. She's watching me right now, so.
So I think people need to get up there, and I get along with all the county commissioners, but we need to put folks in there that will bring some decorum and stability to the office.
Yeah.
And I think you would do that.
Wow, you're gonna make me cry.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is look at my face.
Why don't you run, Bart? Why won't you run?
Nah.
Yeah, you see Aaron just asked for
Because
one
my
part.
IQ's 81.
His IQ's too high. He can never bring it down.
I try.
Even with sedatives and wine,
Mm,
he's tried multiple times.
But
I'm kidding about that.
But I have.
I don't know about sedatives. I do know about the wine.
but you know, everybody needs to get on a boat though.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
please do your research. Get online, see
It
what
doesn't take much these days. All the information's at your fingertips.
It's right there.
You have a computer in your pocket, by the way.
And it means so much. You know, people scream and holler about Highway 98 and transportation infrastructure. Well, if you really look up, see what these people are all about, you'll see the folks that really want the infrastructure and really have the heart for Santa Rosa County and Navarre.
Right.
So,
Yeah. And that's one thing that this county needs. You know, we talked about this before too. I mean, the infrastructure is pretty solid in this town, but it's growing so fast that I think the infrastructure projects need to be put on some kind of fast track, right? Because we're just growing too fast for the infrastructure at this point. The infrastructure up to this point has been keeping up with the population, but
The local infrastructure has, the state infrastructure, it's
Yeah.
been like, Highway 98's a big problem,
It's a
obviously.
huge problem.
But there's answers out there, and I worked on that project
Yeah.
for years. Highway 7 used to be a big, big problem.
And I'm gonna stop you real quick, and before I forget, he was also on the state DOT board, correct? Okay, so he knows all about the infrastructure and how to get stuff done and how to contact and talk to the authorities in Tallahassee and get stuff done. And that's one thing I like about Bart is he's not just, oh, we need more infrastructure and yada yada. He actually knows what he's talking about.
Well, and I spent a lot of time in Tallahassee back then, and still do a little bit, but back then I was, about half a month of every month I was in Tallahassee pushing infrastructure projects. But I'll tell you a story for all those that want to hear this, and it's going to make you mad, especially if you drive along Highway 98 at all. But we had a corridor going from Highway 87 into Fort Walton, connecting to the Niceville bypass. We had it approved by the Department of Defense. We had it paid for, already had paid for. And it got shot down last minute because there was a little thing on the Eglin Reservation called the reticulated flatwood salamander. I'm not kidding. Because of that salamander.
The salamander killed that project.
Yeah, and now when you're stuck on Highway 98 every other day, either coming or going, you can thank the salamander and the crazy environmentalists that brought that up.
Yeah, the salamander, the flatwood salamander. Interesting. I'm gonna get me one as a pet.
Yeah, just don't let it loose. Keep it all tied up. I tried to think of ways to go out there and get rid of the salamanders, but they wouldn't let me.
Yeah. A little Agent Orange with your helicopter. would
There you
help.
go.
Yeah.
I can do
Little
that.
Agent Orange over there.
But
Did I say that out loud? I think I
he
did.
didn't knock on the door tonight. You know this. Mr. Beverly.
Oh, this is the EPA. Come with us.
It wouldn't be the first time. So.
Oh,
The EPA never gave me any trouble. It was always the Army Corps of Engineers and what they now call the DEP,
Okay.
Department of Environmental Protection,
Right,
which is
DEP,
the state of Florida. Used to be called the DER, Department of Environmental Regulation.
okay.
But what they do, they change the name to
Right.
make it
To make
it's
yeah.
protection now,
Right.
not regulation. Not
Yeah.
regulation.
Oh, we hate regulation.
Oh, yeah.
We like protection.
That's right. They do the exact same thing. Change the name.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
Let's see, golly.
I'm not gay though. I appreciate it though.
None that I can say on camera.
So yeah, what else do we used to talk? We used to talk about all kinds of stuff.
Well, we love sports. So
Yeah, sport. He's a big Dolphin fan, just like Aaron. She's used to be a Dolphin cheerleader, so
that's
her
the
big-
reason I'm a Dolphin fan.
just because of Aaron.
Yeah.
He saw Aaron one day on the field
I did.
and he fell in love with the Dolphins. She's so cute.
But yeah, we talk about football in college, and
Football,
he's a
yeah.
Georgia fan, I'm an Alabama
Yeah.
fan. And then
He's
I
a
think
Dodgers fan. I'm a Braves fan.
both of us love baseball.
Yeah, we love baseball. Can't wait for the season to start.
It's up to pitchers and catchers have reported.
Yeah,
And it should be spring training, real
Nice.
soon, so.
yeah. Can't
Can't
wait.
wait, can't wait.
Yeah, we made a trip a couple years ago up to the Braves to see the Braves and Dodgers play up to Atlanta. That was a lot of fun. We'll probably do that again this year. Let's do that again this year. That'd be a lot of fun.
Hopefully the Braves have better luck this year.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Dodgers beat the.
Yeah, they did, I know. But, we had a lot of injuries last year. We lost our starting pitcher, Acuna Jr., all those people that got injured, so. But, we'll see what happens. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Always fun to go to a Major League Baseball game. I
Yeah,
absolutely love it. Love taking the kids.
yeah.
I mean, that's good.
It's
Family
so much
fun.
Yeah, it's family fun. It really is. And, lot of fun to go up there for a day or so and hang out. Atlanta has a great stadium. Did you go to LA this year?
Not this year, no. We went, Hunter and I, well, the whole family went several years ago, about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Went to opening day and back, which was amazing.
That's very cool.
Yeah, to throw the first pitch, Magic Johnson, who owns the Dodgers, came out, and then some guy came running from the dugout and said, "No, we're going to pull you." So he didn't throw the first pitch, but they brought in the lefty Sandy Koufax.
So, Sandy Koufax.
It was pretty
Wow.
cool.
That is
cool.
Yeah, for Magic, it had to be somebody pretty special, because, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So very cool. Well, what else about Navarre you want to know?
All right, so what else? So, your granddad started with the real estate business and bought all that property. But your dad, you were telling me a story. Go ahead.
Let me
Finish that.
tell you what else we had into. My grandfather and my dad got here in 1971 and fell in love with Navarre and became their home. They wanted to make it a better place, so they started trying to give back.
Yeah.
They started the Chamber of Commerce
Okay.
back in 1972. They had a really guy named Jim Parker, I mentioned his name earlier. They started that. Of course, the Chamber is a thriving organization now. My grandfather in 78 or 79 started the Board of Realtors. He was very proud of that. And then my family and my dad, spirit and everything, brought the YMCA down, and of course the NYSA.
Yeah.
And they're going to do something special for him at the NYSA. And you hear, I can't say everything, but you'll hear something real soon. What they're going to
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I mean, we had Madison and DJ, two of our kids were actually played soccer there. I mean, DJ for years, Madison for a couple of years, but DJ for, I don't know, 8 years he played. So it's a great plus for this community,
It
right?
really
I
is.
mean, when you have something like that where the children can be active in sports, they do basketball, they do soccer, they do baseball, and some football too.
Of course.
So
We used to, all we had was baseball back in the day. We had to drive to Mariester to play baseball.
yeah,
We had
because
done
there's no field or anything here,
Yeah,
right?
there's no
Yeah.
fields, nothing. And so after 2-3 years, my dad built the ball fields over behind the post office.
Yeah.
And that's where we played for years, and then finally the county built the parks where they are now off High School Boulevard.
So it was behind the post office
Mm-hmm.
before that school was built, or
No, the school was there, right behind the school where the primary school is.
okay,
That's where it was.
okay, that's where it was.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
it was. And so
Interesting. I didn't know that.
all the roads were dirt and
Yeah.
little small.
Some of them still dirt here in this
Yeah.
town.
They're getting there. They're
Yeah.
starting to repair all those, but we'll see. So
Yeah.
yeah, my father, my granddad, they loved this town more. God, sometimes I thought when they cared for me because God, they put the.
Well, that makes sense.
It does, and I did ask my wife. And but they poured their heart and soul into it, and I think they'd be happy with
Yeah.
what they're seeing now. So things are happening, and I would hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Are we on?
We're on.
Okay, it is so much better now.
Hey, what's up with me? I get the shiny face and he gets the.
You're much better looking than I am. I
Yeah,
need
right.
more. You don't.
Anyway, apparently the battery died in my camera, so I screwed up again. This is our fourth episode, and I screwed up 4 times. So, hey, I'm batting 100 though. That's all I can say about that. What were we talking about when the camera died though? It was something. We gotta zoom it in some.
There you go, you got it.
Okay.
You're good.
All right, our cameraman helped us out there.
And make it-
He's part of the union, so I can only keep him for so long.
We can talk about unions, how bad they are, but, you know.
We could, or we could skip that and go on to. What were we talking about? We were talking about.
I don't
Y'all
remember.
remember what we were talking about? We have a crowd here today. About 45 people standing around watching this.
I can't fit it.
Yeah, crowd noises.
I mean, Dad, Grandpa, something.
No, we were talking about something about Navarre. Obviously, because we're in Navarre.
You
One
know,
more story. One more story.
Navarre used to be dry.
Oh, that's what I want to talk about. This gentleman right here. Everybody that drinks wine, beer, liquor, anything with alcohol in it should thank this guy personally for bringing alcohol into this county, because the county was dry for many, many years. And Bart's going to tell a quick story about how he fixed that.
Well, I certainly was a big part of it, but there were a lot of people that was involved also. Chuck Pullum and Julie Senior, her husband Mike, and so there was a very small group of people that decided one day, so you know, we have to be able to go to a restaurant and have a glass of wine.
Right.
Because we were a dry or damp county. They could serve near beer, which I think is
So 3% or 3.8%.
No wine, no liquor. So everybody had to get a kettle line to buy, you know, whatever they wanted. And so in '04, I believe it was, we got together and formed a pack and started raising money, and we put it out there to the voters and won.
Yeah.
Now, it had been tried 8 times before we tried it, and it failed. Every time, obviously. And I used to give my dad a hard time about that because he ran 2 of the elections, but they both failed, and we didn't have any trouble.
Yeah.
We won with a landslide.
And that was in '04 when the final vote was?
05.
'05.
Yeah.
So we're only talking 20 years ago. That's not a long time. That's crazy though. It's and I grew up in Georgia, and there's a lot of counties in Georgia that are still like that. You can't buy alcohol, or maybe you can in a restaurant, but you can't on Sunday. You can't buy, you can't buy a 6-pack and take. It's crazy. People are trying to legislate their morality onto other people.
Well, years later, we still were dry on Sunday, and we're able to get that turned around and turned over.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that because when I first moved here 15 years ago, we had to cross the bridge to Navarre Beach
That's
to
right.
buy alcohol on Sunday.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. But now the whole county is by 7:30 to 2 o'clock in the morning, I think.
Wow.
So,
Well,
you're
very-
welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Bart. No, from bottom of our heart, I appreciate that.
Well, again, there was and everybody thought that our pack was called Gold, and everybody thought we were this huge group, but there was like 4 of us, and just making a lot of noise.
Goal?
It was
G-O-L-A-L?
growing our local economy.
Okay.
G-O-L-E.
G-O-L-E. Okay.
I don't know where it came from.
No, that's good. I like that.
I'm drinking wine.
Goal! Okay. Like the soccer game.
But it was great. That was a great night. Election night. We worked so hard. I actually took a year off work just to
Just to
win
do that?
campaign.
Nice.
And we all hugged and partied.
Yeah. Went to Okaloosa, got some alcohol, and partied all night long.
Well, it took about a year for him to
Oh, I'm sure.
phase all
It's
that
not
out.
like the next day.
Thought the way it worked.
Well, from Aaron and I, just want to say thank you for showing up and
been fun.
having this.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's fun, man. I love this
Yeah.
stuff. Just yapping and having a good time, talking about stuff. So
Sure.
we appreciate it. It was good to see you, man.
Good to see
It's
you.
always good to
Susan.
see you.
Thank you. Always good to see you.
Yeah.
Dave. You're a good friend.
Yeah, good friend of me too. I appreciate it. Bye, Aaron. Love you.
Decisions. Yes, I
We're
made
signing
another
off.
poor decision.
Poor
I'll make more
decisions,
decisions
everybody.
after one more
So,
decision.
pour some decisions
So poor
tonight if you get a chance.
decisions.
And we'll see you next time.